Welcome to Rome, where we come to drive this, the all-new Hyundai i30N. Now, Hyundai is a new player in the hot hatch game, but it hasn't stopped the company throwing everything they know at this car. They've decided to shy away from going up against cars like the Civic Type R and the Focus RS. Instead, it's priced more in line with the Golf GTI and the Peugeot 308 GTI. They've done an immense amount of work to the standard car. So it's braced underneath, it's lowered. This performance pack gives you a slip differential of 275 PS. So, what's it like? Well, let's get in and have a drive. First thing to know is, yeah, it's typically i30 in here and typical of hot hatches. There's not a fantastic amount of adornments to it. I mean, sure, you get some sports seat. Speaking of which, I mean, quite honest, they've got electric motors in these ones. You can get them without, and I would recommend you get them without because much like a Ford Focus, you sit quite high in the car because the electric motors are underneath the seat, and it kind of, yeah, just ruins the driving position a little bit. Gear shifter, nice weighting to it, you know, nice notchy feel to it. The steering wheel is probably the center of attention. It's got these drive mode buttons on the left and the N button on the right. You can configure this car to your heart's desire. There are so many different kind of combinations. I think the guy in the press conference was saying there's up to 2,000 different combinations you can have. So you can basically configure the transmission, the suspension, the steering, you name it. For now, we're just going to set away in just the normal setting. This is the N Performance Pack, so it costs a bit more. It costs about £28,000. The standard car is about £25,000. You get more power with this car, so it's up to 275 PS. But as with any really powerful front-wheel drive car, the question is, how does it lay its power down away from the mark? So we'll just pop it into first gear, give it the berries away from the mark. Traction control's cutting in like crazy there in the standard mode. It's brisk. It does pull a little bit at the steering, but it's not too dramatic. It's actually, yeah, that's okay. If anything, the car just lacks a little bit of drama. And you kind of think, a 275 brake, it should, you know, just feel a little bit quicker, a little bit more urgent, a little bit more special. But I guess the problem is, we're so used to driving cars with over 300 brake horse now. It just seems like, well, it seems like a warm hatch as opposed to a hot hatch. It's quite a comfortable car as well. It'd be quite an easy thing to kind of just schlep across country quickly, yeah, but not manically, you know. So yeah, so it has that nature about it. Let's get it in N mode and see what it does. But I can already feel that the whole thing's tightened up somewhat. It's not crashing, it's not harsh, and it's not thudding you in the chest, but it's certainly, you know, more trapped, controlled, ramped right down. Also starting to loosen up the pipe now as well, so it's starting to pop and bang. So if I drop it down, you'll hear it. Pick up the revs there. Hear the pipe go pop, pop, pop. Yeah, I think probably the most disappointing thing about the car is the steering, if I'm honest. It's quite open around the straight ahead, so it has this kind of like open and disconnected feel, and then it kind of just loads a load of weight into it. So, what do we think? Well, to be quite honest, it's a pretty decent effort, especially considering it's the first effort from Hyundai. It's obvious from driving the car that they've benchmarked Golf GTI here, and in many ways, they've kind of succeeded. It's more powerful than a Golf GTI, it's quicker, it's not quite as finessed as a GTI, so I don't know, you kind of pay as your money, takes your choice. Personally, I'd be still going for the Golf.